welcome. And thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning here in the Northeast. I know we have some callers participating from across the country. So I'm hoping you're enjoying a beautiful day down there as well. Today's session, this is session number 5 of the Well Prepared program, which what you mentioned before is a collaboration between the Eta Pi chapter of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, the Chi Eta Phi sorority Tau Chi chapter, the East Orange Family Success Center, and the Integrated Black Nurses Association, New Jersey chapter. And this program was enabled and funded by support via the National Institutes of Health. The National Institutes of Health with Omega Psi Phi fraternity, our international headquarters, are collaborating on an initiative that promotes a healthy lifestyle. And we, Eta Pi chapter, is one of 5 chapters across the country that are participating in this initiative. So today we have a treat for you. I'll let Brother Wilson, he's going to talk a little bit about a virtual 5K we have. We have Brother Tony Hayes. You'll see him in the middle of the screen. He's going to be getting us up and moving before we get started. And then I'll turn it over to Yolanda Jackson, who will be facilitating the program. And Dr. Shirley Brydie will give us an excellent presentation on screen time and healthy living. All right. So without before I get started, I just saw Dr. Fowler joining us as well. But Juanita, would you like to say a few words before we get started?
I always like the opportunity to say hello and to thank the members and brothers of Eta Pi chapter for hosting this event, and also for all of the wonderful nurses and Tau Chi chapter and all of the others, and also for all of our young people and families. Thank you so much. Dr. Yvonne Maddox with NIH, and also Dr. Courtney Farrah-Acklin. They were the ones who got this funded, and Dr. Fowler is on. She's the brainchild behind it. So thank you so much for this outstanding partnership and work, and I look forward to getting up and moving.
All right. And Dr. Fowler, I see you're on. If you would mind saying just a word or two before we get started?
I sure will. Good morning, everyone. And my apologies. I am in transit, so I'm in the car, so the camera will not turn on. But I am just overjoyed. I want to echo Dr. Doty's sentiments. I'm overjoyed to be a part of this. I want to get moving myself in the car, but you guys will motivate me when I get out of the car. But again, thank you so much for the invitation, and I just look forward to the session.
All right, great. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to turn it over to Brother Michael Wilson, who's going to talk a little bit about a fun activity that's going to be held throughout this week from May 15th to May 23rd. Brother Wilson.
Thank you, Brother DeVoe. Good morning, everyone. Happy to see everyone on the Well Prepared program. We're really excited to talk more about the role of exercise and living a healthy life. To that end, we wanted to share with you an event that we're holding that actually just started today. We've all been cooped up in the house, haven't been able to move around like we'd like. To address that, we decided to just come up with an event that would allow people to get outside, get moving, and let it culminate in actually completing a 5K. So what we're doing is we're running a virtual 5K. And you'll see the website here. I'm going to post the link in the chat. The way it works is, you run your race between now and May 23rd. You record it on whatever type of tracking app that you have, and you send it to us, and we will send you a certificate of completion, and you can submit results, and we'll have rankings and all that sort of thing. You can find instructions on the website. Registration is free. We accept donations, but really, this is really about having everyone get out, get active, and make a positive change in your habits using a fun event like this. This is meant to be fun. It's not really a race, although you can compete. I'm competing with a couple of my brothers. So, please feel free to register. Registration will be open for the next week, but definitely take this opportunity to get out and get moving, which is really what this program is about. Diet and exercise and things like this to help you live a healthy lifestyle. So I'll throw it back to you, Brother Boslis. Thanks a lot. If there are any questions, you can post them in the chat to me directly, or just go to the race website and all your questions will be answered. Thank you.
All right, great. So what I'll do now, I'll turn it over to Yolanda, who will do the introduction to Brother Hayes and Dr. Brydie.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Saturday with us. And you are in for a treat today because we have a tag team, a fantastic tag team. We have our brother Tony Hayes from Blazing Fitness, brother of Ada Pi. He not only works you physically, but the mind, body, and spirit, if you've ever had an opportunity to enroll in any of his courses. So I strongly encourage you to look Brother Tony Hayes up. Blazing Fitness definitely works. And then following him is going to be my sister, Dr. Shirley Brydie, who is going to help you to train the brain when it comes to screen time and physical activity. But at this time, we are going to just let Tony get to his job, get us working, get us moving, and we love to be cognizant of everyone's time on a Saturday morning.
Amen. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. Yes. I'm standing away from the computer a bit. So listen, thank you for a wonderful introduction. Thank you, Yolanda, Brother Boslis, Brother Mike, Brother Devon, Brother Michael Wilson. I'm Tony Hayes. I run a small personal fitness training business here in West Orange, New Jersey for quite some time now. And please do not be intimidated about the word workout, about this physical activity that we're going to do. It does segue perfectly into this cognitive brain focus that our next speaker will be bringing to us. So we just want to get up. This workout, this movement is designed to only require the space needed for your hands to extend in front of you and to the sides of you. You don't need any more space. So you want to be able to have a free moving space as far as your hands can extend out and to the sides of you. Okay, so we're going to go for about 4 to 5 minutes. It's not going to take long. I like to do what I call workout complexes, and that's what we're going to do. There's nothing that we will be doing that I don't do with my clients. So be sure that any modifications I add to this is only to help you perform better, but know that there is no adjustment here that my clients don't do every day. Okay, so everyone, both hands up like you're going to be in a boxing stance. All right, both hands are up. All right, and all I want you to do is just throwing out jabs for a bit. Okay, just throwing out some jabs. Notice how my hips are kind of bouncing back and forth. All right, I just want you to be free with the movement. Don't be critical of your movement. Just be free with it. Let the body do what it does. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, if you can see me, watch this move next, and then we'll do it together. My hands are fully extended. Thumbs are out. Hands are fully extended. Thumbs are out. And all you're going to do is, with a locked elbow, reach up and around, extend that arm all the way back, bring it back to parallel with your leg, bring it back around to the front and down. We'll do the same for the opposite side. Fingers and thumbs fully extended, bring it up and around and back, parallel to your leg, reverse the direction. Great. So now let's make it a little more dynamic by picking the pace of it. This is designed to stretch your upper pectoral muscles along with your shoulder unit, your front deltoid, medial deltoid, and rear deltoid as well. So here we go. Extend it back, reverse the direction, keep the elbow extended, opposite arm, extend it back, reverse the direction, keep doing it. So important that you do what you can do, okay? So find that level of resistance. Don't go beyond that range of motion. Gently feel the stretch. Gently feel the stretch. All right? And all you're doing is going at your pace. Your pace. Just a few more. And I'm hoping you can see me entirely. All right, good. All right, let's shake that out. Now let's just rotate them shoulders. I know we can all do that, right? Let's rotate them shoulders forward. Remember, you're not locked at the knees. You want those knees soft. Doesn't mean that you're bent. Just want them soft and agile and athletic. Keep rotating them. Be free with the movement. Let's reverse the direction. Whatever direction you were going in, reverse it. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, the next move that we're doing to build this complex that we're creating, I want you to cross your arms. Let your hands just rest on your shoulders. Remember, knees are soft. You're not bent, just soft. And all I want you to do now is contract your abdominal muscles. Just tighten them up. And from your waist, from your just right around your pelvic muscle or your pelvic bone, excuse me, we want you to rotate gently, gently. All right, just rotating. Your abs are nice and warm and tight. Rotate. Now, if you can go back further without injuring or aggravating any lower lumbar, feel free to do it. If you can go further out, feel free to do it. But just be conscious of your range of motion. Reverse the direction. Good. So you really should feel your abs controlling this movement. Your core controlling this movement. All right, good. Let's shake that off. Here's the next plan. So now the knees are going to bend a little more. Give you a little side view. And I want you to put your hands together like this and just let them sit down like that, okay? Now let them be free. This is our starting position. So we're going to do some rotational movement again to open up the back and shoulders and the lat muscles particularly. So we're not going to do a windmill per se, but all I want you to do is take whatever arm you want to start with. Notice how I'm just pulling it towards me and extending it to the ceiling. But I also want you to try to turn your head to see that hand. Then bring it down. Let's do the opposite side. Bring it up, turn the head so that you can see your hand, and bring it down. Now, mind you, the bottom hand has a responsibility as well. As we're pointing up, that bottom is extending as well. So if you look at my positioning, you can see that it's aligned. My arms are aligned through my shoulders. All right? So here's how we make it dynamic. Stick it, get out of it. Stick it, get out of it. Stretch it, get out of it. Stretch it, get out of it. 3, 2, and 1, and down. Good. All right. So here is the more dynamic move of the entire complex that we're creating. And it will be a lunge. Now, not knowing everyone's health history, understanding that as we get older, our knees get older too. And so with that regard, please modify the depth of your lunge. Even I have knee issues, so although I might be going a little lower than I should be, I modify my lunges as well. So here's my side view. I'll back up so I can see the picture there. So I'm going to lunge out. Notice my alignment here. I'm going to lunge out. And as I lunge, I'm going to swing my arms forward. Here's the modification. Just step out, throw your hands up. Notice my hips don't drop as low, okay? So again, you're going to lunge, shoulder raise. Lunge, shoulder raise. Lunge, shoulder raise. So we just completed the complex. That was the example of how it will look. So let's do the entire circuit together. Follow my count. So remember, the first thing we did was what? Our jabs, okay? So we're gonna do 10 jabs. Ready? Remember those hips are working. The jabs are at your pace. And of course, the landscapers of my building are out now blowing. So I hope that it's not too loud for you right now. There we go. Fists are up. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulder rolls. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arm extensions. 1. Back again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Cross our arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The back rotations. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lunges with the shoulder raise. There we go. 1, 2. Remember to modify. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's the complex. I think we got one more in us. What do you think? We got one more in us?
Go for
You sound very enthusiastic, Brother Wilson.
it. I'm with you, bro.
You with me? Good. I can't see if everyone's working with me or not, but I'm trusting that at least the sister who said she was going to get her sneakers, that she's doing something with us. All right, here we go. Body stands for those jabs. Hips are moving. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulder rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shoulder extensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's cross our arms. Tight abs. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is meant to be unorthodox. 5, 6, so don't feel as though you're doing it wrong or it's not looking right. It's meant to be unorthodox. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Our rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place it there. 5, you're not swinging there. 6, 7, you're not swinging, you're placing it there. 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, let's knock these lunges out. Last set of exercise for the complex. Here we go. Remember to modify when necessary. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job, everyone.
Excellent job. Excellent.
Hope everyone enjoyed it. Got a little blood flowing, a little stimulation for this great message we're about to have. It's certainly a pleasure to support my chapter, the greatest chapter in Lincoln South Pi fraternity, the Ada Pi chapter, and good to work with all of you. Stay healthy, y'all, and move your body. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Hayes. Great job.
Great job. Great job. Thank you for
They're going to
everyone.
run my 5K.
Right.
You took your thunder.
I'm about to run.
Thank you for all of the students that are on as well, too. I saw you guys working. I saw you, Jaden, over here.
All right.
Working real hard today.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
All right, Yolanda.
Yes, yes. Okay, let me get myself together. I had to breathe for a minute. So now we are going to hear from Dr. Shirley Brydie, who is coming to us by way of Phoenix, Arizona. She is the master instructor, and she's going to give both the parents and the children's modules for physical activity and screen time.
Thank you, Yolanda, Sora. Good morning, everyone. It is truly my pleasure to be here with you. And as Yolanda Masora said, from Phoenix, Arizona, the Valley of the Sun, for true it is. Today, I'm going to be giving you some information. I'm going to share with you exercise and healthy living, starting with the pandemic and going forward, good physical activity, as well as good mental health. Next slide, please. Question time. I put this question time in here because I'm trying to find out whether or not you in the family, in the chat, have any questions for me. If you do not have any questions for me, I have questions for you. I see a question popping up there, fun workout, but that was the workout. Okay, the question that I have for you is that, are you aware that you should be physically fit and doing some checkups before you're exercising? Has your doctor ever told you that you would have any problem, that you would need to have some medical supervised exercises? Another question, do you know any reason why you should be medically supervised? Do you get dizzy when you are exercising, lightheaded, that you might almost pass out? Do you have any joint problems that could get worse by exercising, or any problems with your feet? Does anybody have anything that's related to them that they know that they should warm up before you're exercising? I'm trying to look at the chat, but I don't see anything there. So hearing none, we're going to move to the next slide, please. Oh, I see one from the Sosa family, to everyone, her husband. So if her husband is having some problems there before exercising, then always do see your practitioner, your doctor, just to make sure that you're okay. If your husband is getting Vertigo, that just means that there's some inner ear problem that's there, that the room will be spinning. And so with that being said, then always take an opportunity to get a checkup before you do any exercising that could cause your to fall. Vertigo is something that happens when you turn your head too quickly one way or the other. I too suffer from vertigo. It's positional. My doctor suggests that I put like a collar on my neck just to make sure that if I'm turning my head in either direction, back or down, then that's something that can be prevented with basic exercises. And what we're going to then now see with this slide is some heart sounds. If I'm using my instrument, my stethoscope, to listen to some heart sounds, I would be hearing next, can you just turn that one on, Brother Mike? When you hear these sounds from the heart rate, it's just simply indicating that everyone has a different heart sound, a heartbeat. And so I put this one in here just to give you an idea of what a normal heart rate would sound, those that have extra heartbeats would sound. And so what I want to introduce to you is how to check your pulse before you're doing any exercises. Can you, all of you that's on the call, can you raise your hand, the hand that you write with? Put your hand up, please, and extend two fingers. With the hand that you do not write with, just make a little fist, same like you were just doing with the exercises, and stick your thumb out. When you stick that thumb out, then what you're going to do is take those two fingers, put it on the hand that you do not write with on that fingernail, and slide your hand all the way down to your wrist until you can feel that pulsation of your heart rate. It's beating. I want you to take an opportunity to count that beat, and I'm going to time you for 60 seconds. And then you're going to give me your name and the number. And we're going to start right now. So then please just count your heart rate. Give me your name and the number. 60 seconds. We're counting. Everybody got it? Just keep counting, please. And stop. Give me your name and your number, please. Jaden, what's your number?
100.
100. Okay. And who else is on the call that can give me their name and their number? Yolanda, 72. Anyone else? No one? Okay. And Nurse Baker, 64. Okay. Thomas Hill, everyone, 78.
Oops.
All right. Okay. So now that we have our normal heart rates, then what we're going to do is, next slide, please. Oh, okay. 75 for Barry.
I think that was a really rough guess.
Oh, okay. And then you can see this little chart here for heart rates. For babies up to age 1, the normal heart rate would be between 100 and 160. Children around the ages up to 10 or 11, it would be 60 to 140. So Jaden, you're right there in that 100. Children over 10 and well as adults 60 to 100, and athletes would be 40 to 60. It's going to be a little bit less for those. It can be a little bit less for elders. It could be a little bit less for various sex groups, men versus women. And so then that was just something in there to give you an idea of what your normal heart rate should be before you start to exercise. Because when you check your heart rate, which can be in various places, one, we check the wrist, which is called your radial pulse. We can also check our carotid up here as well. And if you open up your hand for those children, put it in the center of your chest, then you can check your heart rate. That would be the way that you would do it if you were doing CPR. I give you this information just because when you know, you grow. And should you just like have an opportunity to be out on the ballpark with your friends and such, get ready to do some exercises, just take 2 extra seconds just to count your heart rate, just to make sure that you're medically stable before you're doing a lot of exercises. So each one, teach one. Next slide, please. The hours in front of the TV, what you're going to see there is 1,456. And then the hours that you will see in this slide where it's kind of covered up with our, so in front of the TV, and then the other screen time is 1,260. So that would be screen time is greater than our not watching our screen. Next slide, please. So 2 or few hours in recreational screen time, exercises that you can do to lose a lot of weight or some weight would be your cardios. We had just seen some cardio activity that was being done. It could be swimming or running. Burning most of those calories would then help. Next slide, please. 1 more hours of physical activity, always making sure that you're warming up, planning your workout. So what do you think, families that are on? Do you need to work out every day? What's your thought? I don't see any activity in the chat. Do you need to work out every day? 1 or more hours of physical activity. So it should be something. You should be walking. You should be able to then take those steps without getting winded. And then that would be a good practice for staying active. Next slide, please. Okay, so now what we're going to do with the children that are on here, Jaden and everyone, 10 fun exercises to do at home. And so we're going to listen to this one for a couple of seconds and we can practice with them as well. Can you activate that, please?
Up next, high knee jacks in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And I see you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Up next, high step march in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
Rest time is going to be allowing your heart rate to come back to normal. You can take a sip of water. You can then just like sit and relax for a minute.
Up next, ski hops in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
Okay, take a couple of minutes to rest and control your breathing.
Like them ski jumps.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Juanita, I want to see you on this set.
Up next, jumping jacks in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You're 3 minutes in. Good job and keep exercising. 7, 28, 29, 30. Rest time.
It's very difficult in flip-flops.
Told you he was going to get a workout today.
Yes. All right. Here we
Up
go.
next, running man in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
Mike, it's worse for your steps, brother. Hope it's counting your steps right here.
I'm gonna put my phone in my pocket so I can get credit for this.
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
Up next, reach and squat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
Taking that deep breath into your nose and blow it out your mouth. Okay. Just controlling your heart rate. And getting ready to start again.
Up next, the windmill in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
So my clients are in for something next week, I'm telling you. Oh yeah. Got some new ammunition here.
Getting down on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
Up next, swing backs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Okay, you got
9,
it. Good.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
Look at that.
Maybe pull out my mat.
Just leave your mat down. There's one more.
Up next, scissor kicks in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Rest time.
Back up on your feet for this one.
Up next, side deep squats in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3,
Deep squat.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You have successfully completed all the exercises. Good job! Please share this video workout with people you think should do this workout too.
Okay, very good. Very good. Fantastic.
I
Next
like
slide.
the rest time. I like the rest time.
After cooling down a little bit, that will allow that body to regenerate and repair if necessary. So the rest time is always good. So now also getting good sleep and making sure that you eat properly. That also is what would be necessary. Next slide, please. Here's a guide for quick physical activity breaks. And what this is actually showing you is that what you can do is take a walk, ride your bike, you can get on a scooter or a skateboard. Because of social distancing and such, you might not be around as many people as you would like to, but taking a walk, doing a nature hike, getting out there and getting involved with doing some other things that will just like keep you physically fit. One thing that I do with my students is an appreciation kind of an activity. You can throw a ball, a pillow, making sure that you're not breaking anything in your home. Throw that pillow like Jaden to your mom or your parent, and then just say how you appreciate them. She can say how she appreciates you. Throw that pillow back and forth. That's some activity of moving your arms as well. You can go camping in your bedroom, just set up some sheets and things like that, and hang out with your family and your friends. From bingo to Monopoly and stargazing, reading a book, all of those activities will keep you away from being involved with the screen as much as possible. When you're outdoors with football and soccer, You can even turn on your Alexa if you have one, and then just get that music, get your feet moving and your heart pumping. And, that would just like always be good for a good day. And so there's something also called a snowball flight. With that snowball would be just balling up some socks or something, put it in, and then you just throw it around the room. And then that would be a catch and throw it back. So those would be some things that this list is just like asking if you can try some of these activity breaks. Next slide, please. Thank you for your participation. Any questions, any suggestions, any comments that you might have? I'm glad that you're enjoying the workout. But I just wanted to let you know that we are here for you as educators, and it's our pleasure to provide as much information as we can, because our brain is a sponge, and in that sponge it absorbs all of the information that you have been getting throughout the weeks. And so when you take a sponge warm up, it would just be like creating a file. You put that file in your head, and then the more that you repeat it, because repetition helps information stay in your long-term memory, so then you'll be able to then just like remember how they talked about sleeping and wellness, how they talked about looking at labels for food and food products, how we're just like trying to introduce some exercise to you. So any and all of those kinds of things would be beneficial for you. And again, when you know, you grow. That brain, that sponge that's there, holds on to all of that information, and every file that you create, you hold it in your head. When you're talking to your family, friends, and everybody else, then you can just like say, oh, wait a minute, I need to just check my pulse before I do some exercise, because that would just help me to stay fit. Or if you're not checking it there, you can check it here. You can check it in your in the middle of your chest as well. Because if somebody passed out while you're out with them, you would know how to start some CPR. So all of that information is just like something that can come back at another time, but it's beneficial to help you to know, to grow. Any questions for me? And again, I thank you for your participation, and it was truly my pleasure working with you. And I'll be working with the parents in just a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Jaden, I loved how you was just like out and about. You were doing a good job out there. Wonderful.
Jaden was killing it.
Yes, he
Love
was.
it.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
You're
Great
welcome.
job.
So we're going to talk with the parents. And you can stay on too, Jaden. You don't have to leave the room, not unless you feel like you have something to do, but there's just a little bit more information that the parents will be getting as well, okay? Okay, Jaden?
Okay.
All right, thank you. So now what we're going to be discussing is screen time and physical activity, more so that the parents will be aware of how to keep the children engaged, to not have the opportunity to exclusively be on their screen, be it a tablet, be it a computer, and or their telephone. Next slide, please. So reducing screen time, when we look at some facts that have been tracked, the many hours that the child will spend in school per year would be, next slide, 1,206. And how many hours do you think that that child will spend in front of the TV per year is, next slide, please, 1,456 hours. So you can see the disparity that will be there, that they're spending more time in front of the TV than they would be in school. And next slide, please, of how much time that child or teenager is going to spend in screen medias per day, 7 hours and 11 minutes. We understand that with the pandemic and everybody is doing homeschooling and such, that there is an opportunity for everybody to be either in a chat room or something. So, we're trying to prevent that now as pandemic exercises have been a little bit more relaxed as far as social distancing and wearing a mask. I know New Jersey, New York is still not, but here in Phoenix, and they are relaxing that mask a little bit more. Next slide, please. Reducing screen time here, you can see that the many positive impacts on your child's health in regards to the impact in increased screen time has been shown in people who are physically active. When we think about cardiovascular time or cardiovascular health, then we can think about how they would be able to get out, maybe do some swimming, some walking, or something that would be beneficial for them to reduce their heart rates. When we're looking at obesity prevention, introducing the foods that would be best served for your child, going with them shopping. The child comes, look at labels with you. And so then that would be something that's also beneficial for them as well as for you, the parent. When we're looking at healthy development, then we know that growth and development spurts start when they are very little. And so then the more that we can introduce mindful things for them, it would best to keep them physically fit. Sleeping, that was introduced in one of the Wellness Prepared sessions a while back, and it was just introduced on how that child would be able to benefit more cognitively in school as far as homework and everything. If they can get adequate sleep without being interrupted from needing to answer their telephone or even be on in the chat rooms and such. Immune system, we already know that with allergies and tonsil problems that they can have, that's a complex network of cells that defend that body against infection. So when we're thinking about the immune system, then washing your hands is always one good thing that we're practicing now, more so because of the pandemic, and that would be to help prevent any infections. Metabolism, that's the process of which that body can convert from what we eat and drink into energy. And so then we're exercising, it releases those chemicals in your brain, which are called serotonin as well as endorphins. When you think about endorphins, a quick exemplar would be if somebody told you a joke and it was just like so funny that you were crying and you were just like, oh, wait a minute. And you were just like, just couldn't stop laughing, but you're holding your thigh, you're holding your back, you're all bent over. Those endorphins in our brain, that pleasure principle would be something then that would be the best thing for you to improve your mood. It also reduces the risk of any diseases as well as prevention. Couple of days later, you recall that activity, that joke, that whatever somebody had told you, and then you just start smiling. So then it would just like help your mood to then just like not be as anxious and reducing stress. When we think about reducing stress, the word stressed, if you add the ED to stress, spelled backwards is dessert. So then stressed spelled backwards again is desserts. You can have that non-fat dessert and then smile and just like enjoy that one also to reduce any stress. When we're looking at diabetes prevention, we know that the normal glucose level is from 70 to 110. So this is when that child or persons in your family have been diagnosed, usually by the time that they're 30 years old. So we have insulin that's going to carry that glucose into the blood and into the cells. Since no insulin is available, then it's going to build up in the blood and it gets thick. And that's what we call hypertonic. Hyper just simply means an increase of, and tonic is the thickness of that blood. It's going to pull that fluid into that vascular system. Now, the vascular system is any vein, vessel, capillary arteries, and includes even the chambers around one's heart. So when you think about your client that or your child or your family member that might have diabetes, then we want to try and prevent that because it ultimately can affect one's kidneys. Television, computers, cell phones, and tablets, social media, those are all of the things that we're trying to eliminate because we know that it impacts one's health. Next slide, please. So eating and screen time, you know, those distractors eating, especially eating while watching TV has been proven to create poor eating habits. So it's suggested that families eat together as a family, create a time where you can sit around the table as opposed to sitting in front of the television, and then just like eating as a family. And then you can find out, how was your day? You know, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, what do you have going on for this weekend or something? Those distractors while you're eating, you're going to eat more of the wrong things, especially when you're watching a commercial. If you ever watched a commercial and they have those food products that's on there, then what do? We want to go to the refrigerator and pick out something also that may be not as healthy, and we're just going to be munching on that as well. So for children and adults, then you always want to just like make sure that we're promoting healthy eating that will also ultimately produce healthy living. Next slide, please. A day in the life of a teenager. This is one that gets an hour of physical activity, playing basketball with his friends after school. There are plenty of other hours in the day for that teenager to have an unhealthy about screen time, watching college basketball on the TV for hours, playing video games. What happens to those thumbs that get all contracted by just like gaming all day long? Screen time adds up. And does the teenager risk for adverse health outcomes, even though it's recommended that 1 hour? 1 hour is a low ball, which means that you can have more than just 1 hour of physical activity, or should have more than 1 hour. But they give you the 1 hour just to say that if you are able to get out for at least an hour, then that would be beneficial. But the more that you're out and about, the better your body will then develop. Next slide, please. 2 or fewer hours of recreational screen time. Then you can think about time that you're sitting and reclining in front of the television. Those couch potatoes, those people that are going to be sitting there really stagnant, just laying on the, on the couch or in, their little lounge chairs and such there, and on the computers. There's a commercial that's out now, and it's a teenager that is on the heavier side, and his grandmother is in another room. And he calls his grandmother up and he's just like, hey, grandma, can you bring me another soda? And so then it would just like show that, the state of events that we have become as a population, where instead of getting up and going to get your own, or not even getting the soda for that, but just being able to then call up someone in the next room and then say, now this lady got a cane and she's just like trying to get to the telephone, and here he is waiting for somebody to bring him a soda. So that would not be beneficial in our growth and development for teenagers, as well as for anyone for that matter. Next slide, please. So according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, their recommendation then is to become more involved with children around screen time. Help your child to distinguish programs that contain quality content.
Yeah, Matt.
Become their role model. That would help to produce time spent on their screen. Next slide, please. Physical activity facts. This also is going to include muscle strengthening, aerobics, physical activity in any movement, and bone strengthening to prevent those bones from breaking. Easy if they're hitting a ball or tennis, those would be something that you practice safely. And so then that would be some recommendations from the U.S. Department of Human Services. Next slide, please. And so then what this one is just indicating is that you can have some activity. This is look like a social distancing kind of events that's there. You can get on your bicycle, your skateboard, any of those kind of movable equipments, just even taking a walk. Get involved with nature. Try to find something new in your community that might be different, where you can walk around and just like look at some things, flowers blooming. Here in Phoenix, we have all of the roses and everything coming out, you know, the oranges are blossoming on our trees in the backyard. So if you can look around in your community and see something that you can walk around, look, smell flowers and do those kinds of things, much more activity outside is what this is recommending. Next slide, please. This is another guide for quick physical activity breaks, letting you know that you would need to have your various exercises from jumping jacks to chair poses or any exercises that we had already gone through today. This one is just showing you what else can be offered to you when you feel like you just got to get out and take a walk or do something that will keep you motivated and active. Next slide, please. Now, here's a big hug for you parents, because we appreciate you. We in the Wellness Prepared program, we're trying to put together everything that would be beneficial for you. You know, I said our brain is a sponge. And so then if we can offer you some activities that will just like keep you going to the store and shopping, watching labels, sleeping better, eating better, and being more active. I wanted to thank you for all that you as parents have done and are doing. I see you there, Jaden. Did you have something that you wanted to say? And I see it in the chat there. Thank you for that virtual hug, because it really, truly is something that we would want to give to you. Next slide, please. So again, thank you. I want to ask if there's any questions, any comments, any suggestion, questions about anything that you may have seen today or the weeks prior to, any comments about something that you feel that just needed to be shared, and any suggestions on work that can be offered to you. What else would you like to see offered that might be beneficial for you as well as your family? Anything? I don't see, oh, okay. Dr. Shirley, you sent a direct message. Okay, I'll look at the message and see what it is that you're asking. So Yolanda, can you see that message?
Nope, it's just to you.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll read it and let me see if I can get it. Excessive gaming can cause carpal tunnel syndrome. You are absolutely correct, Sosa family. Carpal tunnel syndrome is something because those thumbs are always going to be used in those gaming on the telephones. And so then that would be something as well. And I'll take your email address down and then we can chat. I appreciate you just like contributing to the conversation. And that virtual hug is for everybody. And I really, truly do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Anything else? Then I thank you for your participation on everyone. Sugar detoxification, yes. So healthy eating, healthy sleeping, being mindful of trying to be well prepared mentally as well as physically. And let me just take this down, her email before we close. And Nurse Baker, thank you.
And Dr. Brydie, it was requested that you share that the children's video link.
Okay, Brother Mike, would it be in the recording?
It wouldn't be in a recording, but I'll be sure to send it in the follow-up email that I send after the session.
Excellent. So I'm hoping that that would be beneficial for you to then do some work at home. It's at least 10 minutes of just physical activity. you know, take your breaks while you're there, have your water, Gatorade, or some Propel, or just some plain water, put some lemon slices in there or something, and then that would be a good thing as well. So thank you for wanting that. And I thank you all for your time and participation. And it truly was my pleasure to share information with you today. Thank you. I'll turn it back over to my Sora. Thank you.
Excellent job, both Tony and Shirley. Love the information that you're putting out there. And to the families, I hope that you're taking these nuggets in and changing your lifestyle, eating healthier, getting out, getting more fresh air, exercising. We are always here for you. As you know, you have our contact information. You can always email us. And anything else you want to hear in the future, we'll be glad to come and present that information to you as well. And we have one more session left, which is going to take place on June 26th. And that's going to be Dr. Akia Blandon coming back to you again. You guys really enjoyed her the last time with the crushed berries and lemon and everything in the water. So I look forward to her presentation as well on the 26th. And I am going to turn it over to Brother Greer at this time to close out.
They can share that video with their families and utilize it many times. So thank you, Dr. Brydie, for your outstanding job. Brother Hayes, you also did an extraordinary job. The exercises, although I was sitting in the car, I couldn't engage in the exercise. I see that they were very helpful, and the families participated. And I heard a couple of people breathing hard. I don't know if that was you, Brother Wilson, or someone else, but a couple of brothers.
That's probably me.
Hard, Brother Hayes. So great job. I know we have Dr. Doty on. Dr. Doty, would you like to bring any closing remarks before we close out? Dr. Doty?
Yes, I had to unmute. Thank you. I enjoyed it. As I said earlier, I was enjoying that video. I love the video. And Dr. Shirley, you did an absolutely fantastic job. And of course, Brother Tony as well. So I enjoyed the entire session. So I want to commend Ada Pi and the Takai chapter and all of you, Yolanda, and all for doing such a wonderful job with our families and our children. That's what we're all trying to do, live a healthier lifestyle. And Ada Pi, you are certainly one of the leaders in ensuring that this is happening in our communities and across the country. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Doty. Dr. Fowler, are you still on?
I sure am. Let me echo the sentiments of Dr. Doty. This was a wonderful session. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you, Dr. Shirley, for presenting that information and for the great activities and in person and on the video. It's been amazing. Thank you again.
Thank you. And again, our next session is June the 26th. So parents, please put that on your calendar. We'll have a closing out session and we'll have another exciting session. If there are no other questions, we can close out, and thank you and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.